Welcome to the webinar. This is me. This is a questions and answers webinar, and I have had some questions given in to me, but obviously these questions I will answer them, and then when I get to the end of them we need more questions to sort of keep this going. But as it goes on, hopefully people will have questions they can pop up. If I can't answer those questions live on the call, for whatever reason that may be, maybe it's a bit too involved or something like that, I will take them on board in order to make some extra training for you. But we'll go into what's going to happen next and all that, because obviously this is the fourth webinar. It is, as I said, it's thank you very much for being here. If you're turning up, I realised we had some glitches the other week, but it's kind of a sad one as well because it is the last one in this VIP series. It doesn't mean I'm going anywhere, and I will explain what I'm up to next when we get to the end of this webinar. But the fact is, it's been really cool to do it. It's been very humbling, the feedback I've got and things like that, and the fact that people have enjoyed the series. With the ups and the downs, I'm very, very chuffed and very, very honoured to being able to meet quite a few of you, and that will continue. We've got the Facebook group, which, you know, get in there and pump that up because it's there for you guys to like share all the knowledge you've got and all the different ideas you've got. So about me, quickest ever, I'm a full-time internet marketer from the UK. This is just in case you haven't heard of me before or this is your first webinar coming on board. I do internet marketing. I do live in the UK in a place called Cheltenham. I've been doing marketing online for over a decade, but I'm also a real life rock star, blah blah blah. I've got 20 plus years in that particular business, and I've had #1 videos on things like Kerrang and a top 40 UK hit featured on TV. I've got 4 kids of varying ages, 22 years old right the way down to 2 years old, well, in about a week's time, and I collect comic books and all sorts of nerdy stuff like that. So that's about me. Right, the Q&A session, the whole point of this one is it's literally questions that I've been given that maybe they might have even been covered in the other stuff or in the modules, but people weren't sure about, so I'm just going to elaborate. I'm going to go over them a little bit more. So I've been handed, some have been handed in to me. So the ones I've got there, I've tried to sort of have a think about those, and I will go over them pretty much live, but I've also grabbed a few references if I needed to. So I'll go through those ones first, we'll elaborate on those. Then we're going to do any other business, which is basically any questions that you didn't get a chance to put in or that you think of while we're doing this. Then by all means throw them in at that section. I will take questions, but they will be sort of towards that end, okay? So that's when we'll do all that sort of thing. So hold on to, you can type your questions in by all means, and I can always scroll back through them, but ideally save them for that part. And then what we're going to do after that is just what I'm up to next. Excuse me. What I'm planning to do as far as the whole green screen thing, as far as our next steps, as far as anything like that. I'm going to go over exactly what my immediate future is and then what we're going to be doing from then on. Okay, so I'm going to just fire through the questions now. Well, I say fire through, I'm going to take as long as I need to explain them, but these are questions from actual people that are in the course that I've been given. You may have seen them in the Facebook group, and now I'm going to elaborate on them. So I will just read them out first for the benefit of people that maybe don't want to read that, or just, you know, listening to this on audio or something like that later on. So, right, first question was, I want to do interviews. I am looking for a good audio solution. I do not have a PC close to the studio. I assume that's relevant because of, like, obviously you can get USB microphones like I'm using right now into my computer. If you haven't got a computer near you, then you can't have that option. Therefore, I'm thinking of buying a super cardioid shotgun mic that fits into the Kodak camera. Now, I'm pretty sure the Kodak camera in question was the ZI-8 or something like that, but I've kind of taken this a little bit for anyone that's putting in anything with basically an input jack, all right, which is all it is really. Can you help me with a recommendation which shotgun mic to buy, and also which mic tripod to use and the best height of the tripod stand to use? And the budget for a solution is $300. Right now, there's a lot of shotgun mics out there, and they vary greatly from right the way up in the thousands, right the way down to what I'm going to sort of show you as what I've come across as my favorite solutions. Now, these are recommendations from other people because with the shotgun mic thing, it's like I've got no need for one at the moment. I have used them, but I don't actually own one, so I can't categorically say, hey, this is the thing I use and therefore this is what I recommend. So I actually asked around a little bit and got these particular ones to show you. So shotgun mics, what we're going to do is we're going to actually nip over to Amazon and hope that it doesn't send my computer into a nosedive, and I'm going to show you these options here. Okay, Right, now this one here is the Rode VideoMic. Now this one is slightly more expensive, but it's still well within that $300 budget. So I thought this was a good one to start with. As you can see, it's been reduced. It's got a good customer ratings, etc, etc. The thing with this is it does actually, if we just scroll down to here, if it'll let me scroll, if I keep going down here, he says, I've got to find it now. I did find it earlier. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there we go. That's all I was going to show you. It's actually on the main picture. As you can see, it's actually got a audio jack that just plugs in there. Now, the reason why this is a good solution is because it means it can plug into anything that allows that input, which means it should be good for that. Now, it's got an actual, this is to attach it to the camera, stuff like that, but you can actually put it on different stands, but we'll go into that in just a second as far as the actual stands are concerned. Now, so that's one option that I thought of. Now, I did find another one as well, which is possibly even better than that, purely because I like the Audio Technica anyway. That's the make that I've got for my lapel mics, so I do rate these very much so. And this one here just loads up. You can see this one here, okay, it's not quite as fancy, but it's still going to do the job quite well. It's still got the audio jacks and everything, but the main thing with this one is the price on this is ridiculously cheap. It's actually on special as well, but it's only $55, which, considering the budget is $300, I mean, it saves a lot of money in that sense. It can plug straight into a video camera, and it's got, as you can see just here, it's got the connectors and stuff like that, so you can actually attach it to what we're going to go on to next, which is the different stands. But just to show what it is, it's for anyone, I should actually have said this at the beginning, anyone who doesn't know what a shotgun mic is, it's basically this sort of long, especially boom mics are sometimes referred to as well. They're not quite the same, but it's, you know, the things that they hold over the top of most scenes. That's what they are, and it's so that you can pick up like focus on several people, or maybe a room of sound, that sort of thing, when the PAL mics and stuff like that just aren't gonna cut it. So that's what these are. Now this one here, like I say, for $55, it's that's a crazy deal, and it does plug straight in. Give some more info here. I'll have the links up when you see the replay for this. There'll be the links up on those slides anyway, so you can have a look at that. Now, the next question was, if I remember rightly, just pop into there. Next part of the question was the mount. Now, it's difficult to say because depending on what mic you get, on what shotgun mic you get, it will have its own sort of mount. Now, you can get all sorts of stuff again on Amazon. Let's skip back onto there. You can actually see when you come onto Amazon. Amazon is my friend when it comes to all this sort of stuff. You can get the shock mounts, which is this just here. This is to stop all the vibrations and stuff, which is really good if you because it just stops the noise from like the actual boom stand and things like that. You don't have to though. This one here, as I showed you before, comes with this clip here, so that can actually clip straight into there if you wanted it to. Now with these you might need extensions. I'm not sure what the length of the cable is on this particular one. Don't think it even says. It's definitely worth asking, because if you think about it, especially if you're plugging it straight into a camera, you're going to need to know how long that is. There you go, cable, there we go, 1 meter long. Okay, permanently attached. So you might need an extension cable, depends how far away your camera is from that. And as far as the mount is concerned, it's actually just the same as a boom mic stand. If I was to go here and type, it should come up with something very similar. Now see these, if you're working on your own, then what you want is one of these so you can actually pop it out. These, I'm just picking this at random, it may not actually be tall enough, I'm not sure, but basically it's so that you can do this, and then this arm here actually shoots it out over the top of whatever it is that you're focusing on, that you're filming. Okay, now if you've got someone who can help you, then obviously they can actually hold the thing and they can hold it out. So as far as the question, which was, I believe, how high, see if we can get that to work again, because that's decided. There we go. Okay, the height of it really depends on what it is you're filming. Now, if you're doing something and you know you're going to crop out the particular parts of it, then there's no reason why the shotgun mic can't come in from the side. Most sort of standard things comes in from the top, but like I say, you'd have to get like a boom stand for that so that it comes over the top, or you'd have to have someone holding it. And the problem can be with that it still shows, and you just got to crop that out anyway. So if you're cropping stuff out anyway, as long as it's out of shot from where you're going to be filming, it really doesn't matter with that sort of thing. It's more about what sound you pick up, and that's all just a case of, obviously don't have it too close to the people because you'll definitely see it in the shot. Don't have it too far away because you won't pick up the sound properly. But just do a couple of tests and find out exactly where it is. As long as it's out of shot, and don't forget, if you're doing green screen especially, you're going to be cutting a lot of that out anyway. As long as it's out of shot or out of the crop shot, then it really doesn't matter with the height. So yeah, just play it by ear with that one. No pun intended there, but kind of a cool joke. Okay, right, the next question was, I want to use different angle shots in my videos. Is it possible to use both Kodak cameras for the setup? And how can I synchronize the audio when I switch from one camera to another in Camtasia? Now, it was two, like, again, I can't remember the exact makes, but it's basically two sort of like the pocket cameras that I recommend as a starting kit, and because they're nice and cheap, especially if you get the older models. Now, to get the different angle shots, the only thing you have to be aware of is, depending on what it is you're filming on, you need to make sure things aren't in each other's shots. Now, when you're recording like a full-on video and you've got lots and lots of different takes and cuts and things, they will actually film an entire scene or entire part of a scene from a different angle, and then they will do it and they will film it again and film it from another angle, so that these cameras and that aren't in each other's shots. Now, we aren't doing that, and well, we can do that, but I mean, for the quick and easy fix, just make sure that when you're recording, your angles aren't catching any other cameras within each other. Okay, so you could have like a straight on shot, quite easily have a side on shot, as long as that side on shot is far enough away that the front camera isn't catching it. Okay, so yes, the short answer is yes, it is possible to use both Kodak cameras for the setup. When you're doing it, obviously put them where they need to be, make sure they are out of each other's shots, and then you would literally press record. If you've got the remote control, then even better, you can literally press record on both of them. If you've got someone helping you, then obviously they can set record, or if you're on your own, just set record on one, then the other, and then step into the scene. Excuse me. There's nothing wrong with that either. It doesn't matter because you'll sync it up when you actually get into the editing, which brings on to the next part of the question, which is how can you synchronize the audio when I switch from one camera to another? Now, the thing is, the audio will probably only be on one of the cameras. You might be picking up second audio from the internal mic from your second camera, but you're still going to have one camera that's your main audio focus. Okay, so let's imagine you've got camera A, which is in front of you, and that's got your lapel mic plugged into it, or in this case your shotgun mic plugged into it. Then you've got camera B, which is to the side of you, and that's recording, and it's picking up audio on its own internal microphone, but it's not the audio you're going to use. Now, what you can do, because you're actually filming those two things, even though one's from the side and one's from the front, when you put them into Camtasia, it's going to be pretty obvious where they actually join up. Now, if you're worried about, obviously you've got the layers and things like that, so you're going to have to play around with the layers a little bit. But what you can do is you can actually crop. It's hard to, I'll explain this. I can't really show it because it's too much. I could maybe put a video on this if you really want me to, but it would probably lag up the computer too much is the problem. But basically what you can do is you can crop it so that each camera is showing on half of your screen in Camtasia, and then you can actually line them up that way. So obviously if you had the layer of complete video over one another, you wouldn't be able to see the bottom layer. Okay, so what you do is crop them, have them half each, and then you can actually play them side by side and make sure they're completely synced up from a video point of view. Now, because the audio is already synced to one of your cameras anyway, that will actually solve the audio problem without you even having to think about it. So now that we've got the two films synced up, you would literally then just cut and paste wherever it is you wanted to do that, and then turn it back into the full screen version. So that's just a case of using the markers like you've been taught to in the course, and then just using the split command so that you can actually split your video where you want it to chop and change, and then you can use that to do these different elements, different shots, different scenes from those two different positions. So there we go. To recap, you can have two cameras running. Only one of them actually has the main audio on it. The other one is just picking up the internal mic. And then what you do is you crop them so you can see half a screen on each, and that way you can sync up the video in Camtasia, and then the audio will automatically be synced up because it's synced to the other video. Okay, so I flicked forward one there but when I went through, but basically that's how you do that one there with the switching from one camera to the other. Okay, split them up, put them into different things, slide things out of the way, and have a nice sort of choppy effect where you've actually, rather than cheating where you do that sort of zoom in zoom out effect that I taught everyone, you can actually have actual other positions because you've got a second camera now. You could do this with as many cameras as you wanted really. You could have your iPhone sat there as well, getting some cool shots from above maybe or something, just so you got stuff to boom 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 like that. Put that with your like B-reel, which is like lots of different shots of all around the place, and you can make a really good professional looking film with just a couple of handy cams. Number 3, I like to know more about including advanced special effects. Brilliant, thank you. I was a bit worried. I sort of started rambling a little bit there, so thank you very much for letting me know it's all clear. Hopefully you get the idea. I can always, like I say, things like this, pop in the Facebook group. If you want me to make an actual video showing you how I do that, more than happy to. Just let me know in the Facebook group, all right? Right, okay, number 3. I like to know more about including advanced special effects in my videos. Are you planning to develop a training program for this? And if not, can you recommend a course for a beginner like me? Okay, well, first one, keep skipping ahead there. The suspense. I'm meant to be building the suspense with the extra questions. I keep skipping ahead by accident. It's my knuckles on my mouse pad, not that you need to know that. Okay, right. Advanced special effects. Yes, this is something I'm planning to do as far as sort of things like fireballs in your hands and, you know, advanced animation things and advanced green screen stuff is definitely something that I want to cover in the future. Now, the thing is, to get, as much as Camtasia is fantastic, to get the really, really advanced stuff, you really do need something like After Effects. So my only issue is, I'm perfectly happy to do things. I'm perfectly happy to throw out some free tutorials and stuff to you guys, which is, I'm more than happy to do that. My only concern is the fact that I don't know how many people will invest in After Effects or already have After Effects anyway. It's a little bit of a steeper learning curve, but that's the point of training, is I would do just like I did with Camtasia and teach you the bits you need rather than all the things that it can ever do, which is a phenomenal amount. It would just be a case of like, I'm getting, yeah, I've got people popping through saying you've got it and stuff, so I think it's probably worth it. Now, as far as an actual advanced training program, probably not at the moment. What I'd like to do is use that as extra content to keep this whole thing alive, to keep the group alive. Seeing as the webinars are finishing up now, I'm quite happy to do that sort of thing as maybe a mini course, you know, that sort of thing, and just give it to the VIP lot anyway. So there's not many people on this call tonight, partly because, you know, it messed up a couple of weeks ago, partly because people will have forgotten and gone on to the next thing by now. So I truly appreciate the people that are on this call. But like I say, to keep it alive, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I am kind of planning to do a training program, but I think I'm going to give it to you guys for nothing anyway. So yes, I am going to do that. So no, I'm not going to recommend a course for a beginner like you, because I'll do it for you. And honestly, I don't know of any right this second without. I'd literally be bouncing. I'm kind of self-taught on a lot of this stuff. And sometimes that's the best way because it makes it less complicated. It does mean sometimes I might do it slightly differently to other people, but again, I think that's a good thing. It works for me. So yes, I will be teaching you some things, like I'll show you actually how to do the proper intros and the outros with the animated stuff that After Effects use. I'll show you the advanced way to do green screen with After Effects. I will also show you how you can actually hold a fireball in your hand, which is pretty cool. Stuff like that. Special effects, layers, things like that. But we will use After Effects for that. So most of you said you got it. Some people have said that other reviewers have said it'd be no problem to actually get that. So I think that's very cool. Now, obviously, because I'm an affiliate marketer, if you haven't got After Effects and you'd like to me to throw you a link, then let me know, because I'm always the internet marketer. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on to the next one. Right. Number 4, I would appreciate if you give us a little behind the scenes insights in your plans for the near and longer future and how we as potential customers could benefit from it. Now, I sort of touched on this anyway, and it's very nice of people to ask this. I've had a few questions like this. Now, as I said, I don't want this to be the end of this. We've just decided on the spot there that we'll do this After Effects thing, so that's cool. So that will be something I do. Now, as far as my actual business side of things is going, I will show you at the end of this. It's like, I don't know how many of you on the call answered the questionnaire that I sent through. But basically, I sent a questionnaire through asking people what it was that was holding them back in their business, what it was that they thought they wanted to do next. And I'll send you a link to that at the end of this webinar so that you can go and have a look at what's been found. Now, the training that I'll make off the back of that is the next thing that I'll be doing properly with you. And then from that, I'm actually going to develop a whole course on how to make money with your videos. Now, this will be another course. I'm sure I'll be able to throw some sort of special offer to you guys because you've backed me on this product, so I'm more than happy to help you out on the next one. But that will be a paid course, but it will teach you exactly how to make money with videos in the sense of being able to rank them and being able to, what to choose, where to go, how to set up videos to actually make money with them rather than just being able to make those videos. So the plans go. Basically, the free training that I've based off the questionnaire will be the next thing. Then I will do the After Effects type freebies, and in between that I will be doing a whole course on how to actually generate cash online with the videos that you already know how to make. So hopefully that covers what everyone's trying to do. I'm always open for ideas though, so if anyone's got any stuff they'd like. And as far as just me, I'm here for the long term. I'm here to make relationships and get to know people. So from my longer term plans, I've got lots of things I want to do. And I will be doing, and lots of different courses and free stuff, and hopefully eventually up to the point that I'm doing more events and things like that. So that is my long-term plan. Likewise, if anyone ever goes to any of these sort of meetups, the internet marketing type meetups, wherever it may be, Europe, America, UK, whatever, I'm planning to go to a lot more of those. So it would be very cool if I end up meeting up with people or those sort of things as well. So that's my sort of immediate and whatever, and I'll send you the link through to the short video, and there's a free gift for you as well at the end of this call. So right, number 5, I know you said you would furnish us with the link to your music pledge video or include it in the resources. Now obviously I forgot to do it because it says I think I missed it somewhere, so if you could include that again, that would be great. Now this is the link to it here. I will click through, like I say, hopefully it won't do anything too crazy. There is a reason for this. This is like our thing where we did a greatest hits CD. And if for anyone who doesn't know what Pledge Music this is, if anyone doesn't know what it is, it's like a crowdfunding type thing, but for music. So this was when we wanted to do a greatest hits CD, and basically we said to the fans, like, if you want to donate or pre-order, you can do that. You can get signed CDs, T-shirts, handwritten lyrics, things like this, frame screen prints, and so on and so on and so on. But the thing that we wanted to look at here is the video. So if I just press play for a second. Okay, that'll do for that. It's just to give you the idea of it, okay? So basically what that was is that's a Pledge Music video, and it's a way of getting people to bid for your stuff. And there's a couple of people that are in the music business or want to get into the music business inside our course, which is very cool. And let me just go back to the slide so you can see there's the link there if you wanted to have a proper look at it in your own time or whatever. I'm not going to play the whole video now. So that's the link to it, and basically what it was like what makes a good pledge video at the top of your pledge thing. Like I say, it's to do with crowdsourcing. It doesn't have to be music. Pledge Music is, but it doesn't have to be. Crowdfunding can be anything. I'm actually involved with a crowdfunding project that's trying to get money together to release a new scooter, kind of based on the Lambretta type design and stuff. So it can be anything. It can be all sorts of stuff. And the way that we've always done, the way that you should do this sort of thing, especially with when you want people to pay for something that's not there yet, is you really need to grab their attention straight away. I've mentioned this before, but when it comes to what we would term in our businesses as the copy of the video, as it says here, it's basically you have to grab their attention within the first few seconds. Think of the first sort of 5 to 10 seconds of your video like your headline on your sales page. You need to give them a reason to stick around. Now with ours, we just sort of did some kind of behind the scenes type stuff, and we had a scrolling banner across the bottom saying what we were doing and why we were doing it. That's the other thing. Because you're going through it, you want to give them a little bit of something that they might not normally have. So in our case, it was like us having a photo shoot, us at practice, us sat on a couch just chatting about the Pledge Music campaign. And the idea is to give them something they couldn't get anywhere else, so that they're intrigued and they want to keep looking. Now the chances are, if someone lands on your page for, especially for your album, for whatever it is you're doing, chances are they kind of know of you or like your style or like the thing that you're trying to get the money involved for. So as long as you do something in the same vein as what they're there for. So I mean, if we'd have done it and they'd landed on our thing and saw our band, and then we'd just like, I don't know, done something completely irrelevant to music, that would have been strange. They would have been like, hey, I'm not sure what's going on here, I'm confused, I'm leaving. So make sure it's kind of relevant. Make sure you're constantly telling them what it is you're doing and why it's cool that they should get involved. And also make sure that you're always giving them a call to action, okay, so that they know what they're doing next. So all the time it's saying, hey, give some money to this pledge because this is what's going to happen, this is what you'll get, this is why it was cool to be part of this gang, okay? So make sure you always do that. So to recap again, when it comes to copy tips, it's very much like a sales page. The first 10 seconds is your headline, grab them straight away. The rest of the video needs to be relevant to what they want to know about, to what they like, to the reason they've landed there in the first place. Then you need call to actions all the way through it, and then you need one big call to action at the end, a bit like your buy button on your sales page, which is your, hey, pledge for this thing because it's very cool. And if you can create that kind of need to be in this club type vibe to it, again, like we went through in the course where it's about the whole sort of celebrity effect, like the, hey, oh man, I got to hang out with those guys. If you can create that in whatever your project is, then that's a huge hook as well. Okay, and then question number 7 is looking forward to hearing if you've given more thought to the music video creation course I suggested. Now this was someone saying, forgive me, I can't remember who it was who said it offhand, but this was someone saying about the whole music video thing. They wanted to make music videos, how to do it and all this sort of thing. Now again, this is something I quite like the idea of, and not related to internet marketing at all, apart from the fact it's an online course. I'm actually creating a songwriting course at the moment. There's a new friend of mine that I bumped into online about a month ago. He actually used to be on the road with Kiss doing their like guitar tech and stuff like that. And he does marketing now, and he's created a guitar course. I actually, yeah, Void, that's right. I sent it through to a few of you, and like, because it, very great course. He stopped doing it because his dad fell ill. His dad's on the mend now, but he started doing it, internet marketing, stopped touring because his dad fell ill. And so what he's doing with that is he's actually created a guitar training course based on I kind of learned to play in 30 minutes, and he's given proceeds to cancer research. So very, very cool, which is why I kind of pushed it on everyone I could to try and get it done. But it made me want to do a songwriting course, but it also made me think about this music video course as well. So me and Void are actually talking at the moment about a couple of projects. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one is all I'm saying with that. The songwriting course is definitely coming, and then Void has got another idea for a course that we're going to actually collaborate on, as far as we know. Put my teeth back in, collaborate on. And then, so the music video creation course kind of makes sense. So it may well be. I know it's quite niche, but it kind of fits with those three. So I think it'd be quite cool to have that, and it's such a big part of my life anyway. Why not? So yeah, hopefully, yeah, I've been giving a lot more thought to that actually. So, and that is kind of everything I've been given as far as input of questions beforehand. Now this is partly because it got quiet in the Facebook group, so I want you to go in there and ruffle some feathers if you can, share some of your projects, things like that. It's also partly because we had those glitches a couple of weeks ago, which means that like I say, some people, not you, fantastic people, but some people have moved on to the next shiny object, which is a shame. People don't stick around with things for long enough, you know. So I would like, if anyone's got any questions whatsoever, even if it's about something I've just spoken about, or it's something that, you know, it's kind of related. It can be slightly music related, or it can be video related, or, you know, whatever. If it's something I can answer, I'm more than happy to. So I'm going to take a swig of coffee. This isn't, you know, the end, but it may well be if you've got nothing to talk about. We could talk about anything you like. It's cool. It'd be great if you had a couple of questions for me to try and answer rather than just me telling you about, I don't know. Okay, so right, I'm gonna take a swig of my coffee. So fire away if you've got any questions, that'd be great. I'm going to assume that either it's a really long question, so it's taken you a long while to write it, or I've been such a good tutor that there's just nothing that anyone could possibly need to know ever again to do with video, green screen, equipment, celebrity effect, acting on camera, anything like that. It's obviously it's one or the other. I'm going to go with that I've taught it so well that you've got nothing else that you want to ask me. But hopefully someone will come up with something. Karen's just popped on by the looks of it. Hi Karen. It's we're kind of like I say, we've gone through the questions we've gone through. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we can cover if no one else has got any questions. Otherwise it's going to be quite a short call, I'm afraid. Yeah, cool, man. I think you can read the comments anyway, but for anyone that's listening just to the audio, it's, Dan's just said, I think you've done such a good job, we're having a hard time with questions. That's what I think as well. I've got to be honest, that's my first, it's the obvious answer, you know. Well, the thing is, right, let's just recap what's going on next then, because I think it's a good idea then. Let's put the game plan into position, if you like, right? I reckon that obviously we come off these calls, this is the last of the webinars. You've got the other ones to watch if you haven't watched them through yet, please do that. The course is there for life, so you go in there. I've actually got a couple of extra editing things to go in the main course, so I'm going to be adding to that. And then the next steps, I think, is, like I say, I'll show you, I'll give you a link in a minute to what I'm doing next with all the questionnaires you filled in, so thank you very much for that. And then I'll start working on those After Effects, the free After Effects add-ons, if you like, for those of you that were interested in that. I think that's the next logical step, and I'll just keep you updated all the time. But what I need you to do is get in that Facebook group and build some momentum up again, because it's, you know, it's gone quiet where people have moved on and done whatever they're doing. We've got our sort of diehards in there, even then those have gone a bit quiet as well, but you know, we just need to ruffle some feathers in there. So go in there and start posting some of your stuff. That'd be awesome. Right, I think basically that's going to be it for this call, apart from showing you the link to the next thing. Now I realise it's like that was nearly a very bad slip of my tongue there. I realise it's been slightly shorter than usual, but that's just because it is a complete questions and answers thing. And yes, absolutely, you can add the questions to the Facebook group as you do your projects, but please do, the whole point of that is to bounce ideas off of people, maybe collaborate on a few things, you know, maybe one of you is really good at one aspect of it and the other one's really good at another aspect, so you can even bounce ideas off each other. There's also there's the thinking of, if you do some YouTube stuff and stuff like that, you can always ask other members in the group to give you views and things like that. They're genuine views rather than having to game the system. You can ask them to give you like views and likes and subscribers and things like that, and you can all help each other out with that sort of aspect. Because as much as I'm not going to give it all away, because that's part of the course I'm actually building, aside from all the free stuff you're going to get off me, the course with the, you know, the SEO and getting videos ranked. It's a big part of it now is genuine likes and watches and stuff like that from diverse places, basically. So it's definitely, we can use that, we can utilize that group as a tool to do that sort of thing. Right, so that's it. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, this is a little bit shorter than the normal ones, but that's the way it is when it's question and answers, and I've answered all the questions. It really has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being part of this. This is the last webinar for now, but I'm about to share with you the fact that you're going to get another webinar very soon. But what's next for me and the free gift thing? Let me just go and grab it in my browser, and I will show you exactly what I mean. I'm probably going to end up talking over myself because I think I got it set to Yep, there's me. Right, okay. Oh, that's a lovely pause. Look at this. That's great. Look at that. What a pause. What a handsome hunk of a man that is. Right. Now this here, I will actually show you. If I just log out of there quick. Go back to here. Oh no, you can see it's Pocket Admin. Right. I jest. Right, let me grab that again because I've completely messed all that up. Hang on. Let's pop it back on here. And then I'll go back to my thing here. See, this is why I need the extra time so that I could do all the messing up. Let's go. Grab this so that you can actually go to it. Right, what this is basically is you all sent me a questionnaire. Or a lot of you, I sent you a questionnaire, sorry, and a lot of you filled it out, which was very cool of you. And then what I've done is I've actually taken on board exactly what it was you asked and said. I know why. I had it set to private. What a silly billy. I've taken on board what you said, and I'm actually going to create a absolutely free training. No strings attached, no whatever. It's just a free training based on what you said you needed, what the questionnaire. If you did do it, you'll know there were several like multiple choice where it said what's bothering you the most, all that sort of stuff. And so what I've done is I've actually created, or I am creating, I have written down most of it, and I'm going to create a webinar in which I will invite you all to, free of charge, going through exactly what it was that was bugging you the most. So if I just check that this works now, even though I'm not logged in, I've got to log out. You wouldn't know I'm quite good at tech stuff, would you, when it comes to all this? You guys get to see the worst and the best of me. There we go. Right. Again, I've managed to pause it in pretty much exactly the same place. Now, if you go to this here, I'm assuming you can still all see this, so it's pocketacepromotion.com/gift/. I will be sending this out on an email as well, but you might as well go there right now and get the benefits as soon as you're on the call. If you go there, you can see there's a short video here. It's literally 2 minutes long, 1 minute 58 to be completely exact, just explaining what I'm up to next and why I'm up to it. Okay, and just as a thank you for taking the time to watch that short video, you've got 2 free gifts just here which you can download. Just click these and it will download the zip files. They aren't too massive. I think one of them is about 5 meg, one's about 12 meg. I might actually put that next to it just for people that are on a on a limit or whatever. But they're not too bad. These are really cool for throwing on your videos as overlays and things like that. So that's or on your mini sites, all that sort of stuff. And then I've popped this here as well because for those of you who didn't pick it up, honestly, it's the Millionaire Video Sales Letter Formula. I think it was called Alex Jeffries. I mentioned it a couple of times in emails. Not everyone opens their emails, I know that. But I've got a really, really good special offer on that where you get 5 other courses as well. So if you grab that, it's only $9.95 and it is a genuinely good course. Now, Alex Jeffries releases a lot of stuff and some of it is relevant to us and other bits aren't. This one in particular is a fantastic course and it's very relevant to us. Teaches you how, like a fill in the blanks video sales letter type formula and stuff. It's got lots of stuff in there for $9.95 anyway, but I'm throwing in 5 full courses of Alex Jeffries as well, so you actually get 6 courses for $9.95. So if you go to this page anyway, you don't have to grab that. That's just an extra I threw on the bottom there. Watch the video, download these freebies, at least do that, because then it's not going to take anything away from it. And then watch out for my email over the next sort of few days where I'm actually going to invite you to another webinar with this free training. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it, unless anyone has just thought of a burning question that they must get answered. Dan, do you have any idea how much the songwriting course will go for? It's not going to be crazy expensive because the whole idea is to get it out there. Hard to say right now. Probably between 17 to 27 bucks, something like that. It's not going to be any more than that, I wouldn't have thought. I might have some sort of masterclass stuff on the end of it, you know, for a bit more maybe, but it's the actual main course, I would imagine. It'd be around that. I think that's like a sweet spot. It's something that, you know, people can try it out and you know, it's enough that it makes it worthwhile making it, but it's not so much that people, you know, are upset to try it out, you know. Although I'm going to make it obviously as good as I possibly can. Hopefully you've seen that with the main course, with the green screen one. I'm not one to sort of throw out some crap and hope that I get away with it. I'm definitely here for the long haul. So cool. All right then, people. I think I'm going to call it then. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope hopefully I'll speak to you again anyway on the next webinar. But I will do the After Effects things as well. I will throw, what I'll do is I'll update that resources PDF inside the main course with a After Effects link, just in case anyone hasn't got it and fancies buying it through my link. Then thank you very much, but you don't have to. Obviously you don't have to. And I will start putting together some After Effects stuff, which is good fun actually, because I really enjoy doing that stuff. I just thought it was a little bit too advanced for the first course. So you'll be the first people to see that sort of stuff. It may turn into a product later, but you guys will get it for nothing. And I'll keep you updated with everything else as well as the free training. So hopefully that was cool. Did everyone have an alright time? I hope I know there wasn't many of you on here. I really appreciate it. Cool. Awesome. Seriously, very, very much thank you. That's not even very good English, but that's because I'm emotional. But seriously, thank you so much for being on this course in the first place. Thank you for doing the VIP part. It's been an absolute pleasure. And it's not the end of it. It's just the end of this particular thing. So thanks very much. This replay will go up. It's kind of a weird one, this one. But the replay will go up just out of completeness, so you can go and look at it again if you need to. And also, I'm not sure if the people that asked the questions were actually on the call. So I will see you next time. Just keep an eye out for my emails though, because as you know, I'm not spamming you to death with things. I'm only sending you things I think are relevant. Sometimes it's things for sale. Most of the time it's stuff to do with just me, you, and the video type stuff. So keep an eye out for those emails. Make sure you open them up, and I will speak to you real soon. I'm going to call this a day, and this is a day. Take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you very soon. All right. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thanks very much, and see you in the Facebook group. Get in there, and even if you just write random stuff about what you did today, I don't mind, as long as you get some posts in there. All right, catch you later. Take care of yourselves. Ta-da, people.